Don't you think this is starting to wear on me? You've been raining down like hail. I'm weak. I have tried to give you my soul, but you can't love something you own. It's too late to repair what we made. What can I do? Time flashed by and I woke up on the other side of the moon.
G'day everybody and welcome to my channel. I'm Anna and this is You Got Me in Stitches. I hope everybody's had a really good week. First up, I will tell you guys what I am wearing, and it is this shirt. It is a Nicole's pattern and I did view A. It's this one here, M7575, and it's the view that I did there. And I made this make quite some time ago. The fabric is 100% cotton and it has hens on it, and I remember seeing my little note here and it reminded me to make a size 12 for next time. So at that time when I originally made this, I obviously made a 10, but also I allowed for ease. So even now, although this shirt actually fits me, it is just a little bit tied across the bust area. Also I omitted the sleeves, so you can see here that obviously it's sleeveless. Of course it's sleeveless if you omit the sleeves. Yeah, and it has really nice shaping to it, so definitely we'll go and make another one, obviously with the size that I am now. I have made a couple of these before. Okay, so Teenage Athlete very kindly will insert a photo here. I just got it worn with a pair of cropped ready to wear pants. Righto, so coming in at you today with a couple of makes, and yeah, you can kind of see by the title about being hacked off, hacked like that. It's a funny word that, isn't it, hacked, in the sewing community. We know what we mean by that when we play around with the patterns. It also can mean something completely different, so it's almost like you could hack all your fabric up. No. Righto, so the first pattern is the Grey Line Studio. It is the Linden Sweatshirt, and the size, now had I made the size according to what it says on the back, 36 bust, that would have been a size 8, but bear in mind there is a lot of ease in this pattern, so I actually sized down to a 4, which would come out at a 34 bust area. And even with sizing down to that size, it's still quite spacious that top. Okay, so I'll hold the make up here. So for those of you that are familiar with this, it has a raglan detail there across the sleeve. You can opt for either long sleeve or a short sleeve, and in this one I actually did go for a long sleeve only because I can have the best of both worlds, that being that when you have long sleeves you can just pull them up and they become short sleeves, as opposed to having short sleeves and they're kind of going to stay short sleeves unless you actually pull them up, and that's not really a good look, is it? On these long sleeves you'll see here they also have little cuffs at the end, and not too bad matching the seams there on that one, but unfortunately on this one I was a little bit askew there. Also it has this neckband here, and I think I did okay with that. And also on the bottom I actually took out the band and just did a regular hem, so I serged that. I actually did change the serger threads sometimes. Don't always like to. It's only because it's a little bit of I guess the trick is to tie the threads of the threads that are currently in there, and then you can pull them through, and it doesn't always work for me like that, and one always goes ping, so I have to then rethread the whole serging machine. But this time it actually did work that way, so that was good. Then I flipped it over and did a zigzag stitch. This fabric is so super comfy to wear, and that is it. There's not too much to say about the Linden. And you're thinking, well, hang on a minute, didn't she say that she hacked it? Ah, yes I did. So it is not a Linden sweatshirt, it is a Linden going and going and going and going. Yeah, I swapped it out. Instead of the sweatshirt, I decided to make a dress. So what I will do is flip the camera around, show you the finer details on this, and show you the dress in its full length. You get a better idea as opposed to me just holding it up. Righto, so starting off with the neckband, and then following down, which it has this raglan style, and then like I said, I opted to create the long sleeves. Has that band at the bottom there. I was a little bit unsure about that originally, but it actually works okay. Really love this fabric. And this is the little tie belt that I created. It is actually quite a long tie belt, so you can imagine the fun that I had when I had to turn that right side out. Following down, you can see there the length that I added. There is the zigzag stitching, and also the serging. So all I did was just serge the raw edges, flip it over, and use that zigzag stitch. Hope you can see it all okay despite the sunbeams coming through. So the inside's clean, you can see it's a bit more defined. All the insides serged throughout, and all I did was just serge. I didn't do that much stitching on the sewing machine apart from the zigzag finish on the hems. Bit again one with that tie belt, cinches in the waist, so you've got the option of wearing the belt. What are you doing? No sooner do I lay fabric down on the floor, we have a kitty, don't we, Emma? And this is really soft, isn't it? Yeah. And it's cat fabric. Haha, of course. Cat magnet, aren't you? Are you married? Oh, you good girl. And now we have another furry friend, Honeycomb. You like the kitty fabric as well, don't you? Yeah? You're floofing it up. I don't know. No, it's got kitties on. There's kitties on the fabric, and there's kitties on the fabric. You like that? Uh-oh, here comes Sophie. Hey, Sophie. Hey, Sophie. Are you rolling over with my fabric? Is that your fabric now, is it? Is it? my second make, and that is out the Tilly Ones Make It Simple book. So what do you get when you have the sapphire pants and the wanted tee and you bring them together? Well, of course you get a wanted tee and sapphire pants. Not rocket science, is it? Oh, did I? Anyway, so the size that I came out at for the wanted tee was a 38, and the Tilly Sapphire pants I made the cropped version. The sizing for the sapphires kind of in between on 18 E10, which is 27.5, 28 inch approximately. Righto, let's start off with the wanted tee. I really like this pattern for the deep square neckline that it has, and to achieve that these pieces come just in two pieces. So you have the front neckband there, which you cut on the fold, and then the one that goes all the way around, and then you would just attach those two together and have a little bit of fun of attaching it. That is the kind of the most difficult part of this pattern, is the neckband, especially getting the corners as pretty sharp and clean as possible. I did struggle a little bit on this one, but previous ones I was okay with. The sleeves, I made short sleeves in this one, and I used this lovely owl fabric, and it is equally as soft and as comfortable as the Putty Cat one. Righto, moving on to the sapphire pants, and I used the same fabric, and they are just so super comfortable. Made the elastic waist channel there, and the elastic, yes, I installed it first time without it twisting. Yay, go me. On the hem I serged that and just flipped it over, and then did a zigzag stitch all around, and also just serged throughout. Both these makes have actually been just constructed through serging. You're probably thinking, well, hang on a minute, she said there was only 2 makes, she's shown us 3 makes and not a lot of hacking, especially in the second one. Yeah, about that. What do you do when you put a wanted tee and sapphire pants together? You get a jumpsuit, of course. Yeah, so here it is. There you go. So I will flip the camera around so you can see this wanted tee sapphire jumpsuit inside and outside. Starting off with this square neckline there, and the corners, they're not too bad, and the short sleeves that I did, and then finished those off with a zigzag along the edge there. Makes it a little bit more attractive. If I pan out, you can see it attached. So the elastic, which was an inch wide for that channel, and then coming down to the edge. Clean finish all on the inside, serged throughout. Cuff there, just serged and flipped over. Have the elastic channel, and then coming down to the hem on the pants, again just flipped over, serged and flipped over, and then did that zigzag stitch on the outside. So yeah, really happy how that's come out. They are my 2 makes, And when I made the jumpsuit, kind of had to configure the math, which is not my strong point, but got there in the end. And if I make this again, this heck with the wanted tee and the sapphire, I just have to raise up the waist, because you would see on the stills at the end just a little bit low. But again, this is the first time I hecked a pattern like this, and yeah, it's all trial and error. For the Linden dress, you could just wear it as is for the summer, and for the winter maybe opt for maybe some knee-high boots, thick tights. You could wear it with a cardigan, a little jacket. And also, because the Linden has a higher neckline, if for when the fall season, winter comes, want to wear a little under tee just to keep you extra warm or something like that, if you made a little dress like that. Because some people do wear dresses even in the colder months and just layer up with a few extra layers. Yeah, crikey, speaking of changeable things at the moment, oh my goodness, we've had 2 days of electrical storms. I gotta love me electrical storm. I mean, currently being in the UK, they're good, but they're not as good as you go to some other countries, and they're just absolutely phenomenal. And I meant with the camera, I just insert a little bit here. If you're not interested, just skip this part. Oh my goodness, some of the cracks were just absolutely shuddering. I managed to capture the sparks that came out from the lightning, and yeah, I love anything like that. And when it's brewing, for those of you that understand, you get those kind of little electrical sensations through your body, and even when the storm has passed, it kind of remains there for a little bit. Yeah, I know that probably sounds a bit freaky, but it is what it is. So yeah, just insert a little bit for you, and hopefully the crack of one of them will come out as good as how it appears that it has on camera. It was just, yeah, awesome. I love things like that. Crazy, I know, right? Righto guys, I hope you have enjoyed today's video and the hacking that I got up to. Let me know, do you hack? Do you enjoy that part of that process and just mixing different patterns up? And let me know what patterns that you have hacked. Okay, until next Sunday, have a wonderful week whatever you are doing, and yeah, stay safe everybody, and thank you so much for stopping by.